They said 6ix9ine and was untouchable. They said the rainbow-haired troll could mock entire gangs, snitch on half of New York, and somehow walk away in designer sneakers. But what happens when the people closest to him pay the price for the chaos he built? Because last month, just past midnight, outside a recording studio in New York, his girlfriend took her final breath, and in those final seconds, with police body cams rolling, she dropped one last bombshell. She named the shooter. She snitched before she died. And the shocking this video? It wasn't just some random enemy, it was someone connected to one of Tekashi's most infamous feuds. So now, the internet is asking, did 6ix9ine's biggest beef finally turn fatal? Or was his girlfriend caught in a game she never signed up for? Tonight, we dive into the footage, the leaks, and the betrayal that has fans screaming she exposed the truth, while others whisper she broke the ultimate street code. Because if you thought Tekashi's story ended with him laughing at memes and flaunting chains, you haven't seen anything yet. This isn't just gossip. This is the final betrayal. Let's be real. If there's one rapper who could turn his entire life into a never-ending episode of Jerry Springer meets Narcos, it's Tekashi 6ix9ine. The man built an empire on trolling, chaos, and rainbow hair. To die. But underneath the clown wig and Instagram lives, there's a pattern. Every time he wins, someone close to him loses. And this time, it wasn't just money, clout, or credibility. It was blood. The girlfriend. The one person who wasn't out here beefing on live, wasn't throwing gang signs in a music video, wasn't clout chasing with fake tattoos. She was just there. And yet, she became collateral damage in the circus Tekashi calls a career. Now here's where it gets even messier. Remember when 6ix9ine went full Netflix documentary mode in court, ratting on his entire crew, listing names like he was reading a grocery list? He said it himself, "Yes, I snitched and I did it proudly." Those words haunted him. They painted a target on his back bigger than his own Rainbow Grill and the streets. They don't forget. Fast forward to August 17th, New York, midnight. Gunshots outside a studio. Neighbors hear screams, cops arrive, body cams rolling, his girlfriend is fading fast. But instead of silence, instead of fear, she speaks, and the name she gives, it doesn't just identify a shooter, it cracks open years of pent-up beef. Tekashi's entire career has been a masterclass in making enemies. Trippie Redd, Chief Keef, Meek Mill, even J. Prince Jr. This man beefed with more rappers than he made hits. But the ugliest feud, the one that never really died, was with Trippie. A brotherhood turned rivalry, a collab turned blood feud. And now, thanks to his girlfriend's last words, the internet is convinced this murder is connected. Think about that for a second. The final breath of someone who never asked to be part of the game, exposing a war that's been brewing for years. That's not just a tragedy, it's a plot twist. And the fans? They're eating it up. Reddit threads blowing up. TikToks analyzing every syllable of her body cam statement. Podcasts debating whether she was loyal for speaking or weak for breaking the code. Because apparently, even when you're dying, the streets still want you to keep your mouth shut. And here's the irony that makes the whole thing feel like a twisted Greek tragedy. Tekashi laughed at being a snitch. He wore it like a crown. He made memes, interviews, entire music videos about it. But when his girlfriend did the same thing, when she snitched in her final moment, it wasn't funny anymore. It was horrifying. It was real, but here's where the story takes its first sharp turn. Because her words didn't just name a shooter, they connected Tekashi to something far bigger than one feud. Something that proves playing both sides of the street was the biggest mistake of his life. So let's pick up right where we left off. Her dying words weren't just about one shooter, they pulled back the curtain on Tekashi's entire empire of contradictions. Because the name she whispered? It wasn't some random street soldier. It was someone connected to both Trippie's camp and gang affiliations. Tekashi himself tried to juggle like a clown with too many knives, and that's the core of the scandal. Tekashi wasn't just blood, he wasn't just Crip, he was both. He bragged about it in interviews, laughed about it in podcasts, and acted like gang rules were optional for someone with rainbow-colored hair. But here's the thing, in street, Politics, that's not flexing, that's suicide. You don't run with red one week and blue the next. The streets call that false flagging, and false flaggers don't get second chances. Anonymous sources are already whispering leaked NYPD notes, forum posts, so-called insiders all pointing to the same conclusion. Her confession didn't just expose a killer, it exposed the house of cards Tekashi had been living in. Law enforcement suddenly had a neat little thread tying together Trippy's circle, Bloods, and Crips all in one. Imagine that. Years of trolling, livestream screaming matches, and Instagram clowning, all undone by one dying sentence. And the internet, oh, they had a field day. One viral tweet read, 6ix9ine's said test my gangster. They couldn't get him, so they tested his girlfriend instead? Brutal. Another post went even harder. She broke the street code with her last breath. Loyalty, 0. Justice, 100. Podcasts spun conspiracy theories like they were auditioning for Netflix specials. Some claim the hit was ordered directly from Trippy's camp, a message to Tekashi, "You're never safe." Others argued it was payback from inside Tekashi's own crew, the same people he betrayed in court. After all, why let a rat live comfortably while the rest of the gang rots in cells? Meanwhile, leaked reports started surfacing, talking about lavish dinners between Tekashi and rival gang leaders, like some rainbow-haired mob boss making deals that could never last. Fake or not, the imagery stuck. To the public, Tekashi wasn't a rapper anymore. He was a walking soap opera, dragging everyone around him into the drama. And here's the dark irony. His girlfriend's words didn't just solve a murder, they made her the ultimate snitch in the eyes of the culture. The same people who called Tekashi a rat now had to wrestle with the fact that a dying woman did the exact same thing. Do you praise her for courage? Or condemn her for breaking the code? The debate was toxic, messy, and oh so perfect for clicks. But here's the real twist. Because once those body cam transcripts hit the streets, detectives didn't just see a name. They saw connections. They saw alliances Tekashi thought he could keep hidden. And suddenly it wasn't just about a girlfriend's death. It was about exposing a network that reached far beyond one feud, and that revelation. Well, that's where the fallout begins. Fallout, that's the word that defines what happened next. Because once those transcripts leaked, whether through anonymous insiders or some conveniently timed leak on Reddit, the dominoes started falling faster than Tekashi could post a new Instagram flex. First came the cops. Suddenly, NYPD detectives were acting like they had just cracked the Zodiac case. Press conferences, ongoing investigation statements, whispers of federal involvement. They weren't just treating this as a random studio shooting anymore. They were treating it as evidence of organized crime. And when the feds smell blood, they don't stop until everyone is bleeding. Then came the lawyers. Reports started circulating that prosecutors were considering reopening certain cases tied to Tekashi's original testimony. Imagine that, after snitching his way into witness protection light, his girlfriend's last words might drag him right back into the courtroom. The irony writes itself. And while all that was happening on the legal side, the streets were boiling over. Rival crews began posting cryptic Instagram stories, gun emojis, clown emojis, even full-on threats disguised as rap lyrics. It was the kind of energy that screams retaliation is only a matter of time. Even hip-hop commentators, the same ones who once laughed at Tekashi's antics, were suddenly serious. This isn't funny anymore. He put his girl in the line of fire. Now everybody's a target. Financial fallout wasn't far behind. Club. Promoters started pulling his name off flyers, brand deals. Gone. Even streaming platforms got nervous, quietly pushing his songs further down playlists. Because who wants to explain to investors that their featured artist is at the center of a murder scandal involving gang wars and body cam confessions? And the public? They went wild. Some fans doubled down, claiming Tekashi was still untouchable, that this was just another plot to take down the king of trolling. Others swore this was the beginning of the end. Comment sections turned into war zones. Memes flooded Twitter. One showed Tekashi sitting on a throne made of rat traps with the caption, The king of snitches reigns supreme until the cheese runs out. But here's the darkest this video of all this. In the middle of memes, podcasts, and conspiracy theories, one truth couldn't be denied. His girlfriend was gone. She didn't sign up for this. She didn't troll rival rappers on IG Live. She didn't throw gang signs in music videos. And yet, she became the ultimate casualty in Tekashi's endless quest for attention. And that's the tragedy no one can meme away. Because now, Tekashi's not just fighting for clout or streams or petty beefs. He's fighting against time, enemies, and the very system he thought he outsmarted. The final question isn't whether his girlfriend snitched. The final question is this: who's coming for him next? So now we're left with the million-dollar question. If Tekashi's girlfriend revealed her killer before she died, what happens when his enemies come knocking at his door? Is this the final chapter of the rainbow-haired villain saga, or just the beginning of something even darker? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Was she a hero, or did she break the ultimate street code? Smash that like button if you think. The truth still hasn't been exposed, and don't forget to subscribe, because trust me, the next twist in Tekashi's story is already loading.